Here he launched his story, The Celebrated Jumping Frog of Calaveras County, and that's the reason we're all here today. So, to start off our day, I'm going to ask my friend Alara Boucher, if I can find her. There she is. She's going to lead us in the national anthem. The flag is right over there. Alara Boucher, everybody.
Please rise and remove your hats for the national anthem.
That was Alara Boucher, everybody. One more time, big round of applause. That is a hard thing to say. She did an excellent job. Excellent job. So happy to be back in full, fair frog jumping jubilee mode after a few years of not getting able to. But we are here, and we are glad that you are all here. A couple things we got to take care of. First, we want to thank our wonderful sponsors. They make it possible each and every year. Our presenting sponsors are Cal Waste Recovery System, Friends of the Calaveras County Fair, and Mark Twain Medical Center. So give them a round of applause, please. Also, we want to thank our platinum sponsors, American Legion Ambulance, Angels Camp Veterinarian Hospital, Chicken Ranch Casino Resort, Distinctive Metals, Gateway Press, and Senders Market in Mountain Ranch and Valley Springs. One more big round of applause. Right, look, there's Tom Sawyer and Becky. Hey-oh, give them a big wave, you guys. There they are right there. My fence does need painting, so, you know, see me later. In addition, we want to thank all our sponsors and everyone who volunteers at this fair, and we also want to introduce you to our fair royalty. They're right back here. First, I want to introduce you to Miss Calaveras, Peyton Curran, and her court. First, Princess Julia Nord, and second, Princess Brooklyn Galligan. Let's see that nice clean wave. Wrist, elbow, wrist, yeah, that's right. And also our Calaveras Rodeo Queen, Morgan Fott, is here. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. Give an extra big round of applause. If we have some jumps and we need them, they're standing by to jump some frogs, just in case. You guys aren't afraid of frogs, are you? No, that was a maybe. No, she said no, she's not afraid. All right, you guys, get some shade, and we'll see if we need you. And also, let's recognize some of the people who put the fair together each and every year. That would be the 39th District Agricultural Association Board of Directors, better known as the Calaveras County Fair Board. Many of your fair board members are here, but Gay Callan is the chair. Gay, where are you? And also your Frog Jump Committee is responsible for staging the Jumping Frog Jubilee. All you volunteers, heck, they're right there. Give them a round of applause. They're looking good. And let's hear it for our 2021 Frog Jump winner, Rhea Heinz of the Calaveras Frog Jockeys team. She won last year. Where is she? I can't see you. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. Extra big round of applause. Look at her go. Last year's 2021 champion on. She loves the big hat. I told her she could have it one of these days, as soon as I'm done with it. Now, even though he ran away, we do want to say thank you. Oh, I got her, Ronnie. Trust me, man. Larry Thompson, who's run away to his own birthday party. But we're all going to say really loud, happy birthday, Larry, in case he can hear us. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday! You know Larry turned 80 today. 80. He's been working the frog jump 40 years. So one more big happy birthday, Larry, just in case. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday! One more little birthday. It's a 30th birthday for Seth Kolker, who's here somewhere with his buddy. Seth, where are ya? Look at him right there, he turned 30. I can't even remember 30. This is his first visit to Frogtown. Now, he grew up in Palo Alto, but they love frog jumping, and they love Mark Twain. I think your uncle is named after Mark Twain, is that correct? That is correct. Well, it's good, I can read it. Anyways, one more big happy birthday for Seth. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Seth! Now, one thing for sure. One thing is true. Everybody today wants to break the world record of 21 feet, 5 3/4 inches set by Rosie the Riveter. I happen to have Rosie with me today. I would let Rosie talk, but she's sweating to death in the costume. But give her a big wave and a howdy, Rosie. 1, 2, 3. 21 feet, 5 3/4. How did you do it? I don't know. Good answer. So are you saying it's 3 consecutive jumps that we measure at the end of the 3rd jump? Yes, I am. Well done. All right, off you go. Big round of applause for Rosie, our world record holder. Now, it's about time to get this thing going. Except I see my good friend, my craziest friend. I'm about to give the microphone over, except I just can't say no to a unicyclist. Ladies and gentlemen, we would call him Captain Fantastic, but that name is trademarked.
Show.
The Wilder Show.
Wilder Show!
This guy's definitely a loon.
How can you not go wild at the greatest county fair in the world?
Yeah, what am I gonna do? You're saying if you get on the unicycle, can I hand you the knives? This sounds like a really bad idea, but sure. Probably not, but I'm down anyways, man. All right, let's see. He says I can speak for him, so I was born a small boy, and then I never grew up. And now I ride a unicycle in a fancy outfit. How does your hair look, everybody? Is it looking... That's oh, I'm not saying that. I will say it. Okay, he says he gets his hair from his mom, but in case his mom is out there, it was his idea. It wasn't. Okay, what do I do? This looks like a really bad idea, man. You know that. Balance check. Looks good so far. Uh-oh. Oh, that's pretty good. Pretty good, man. Okay. You're talking me into it so far. Here comes the dangerous part.
We're having fun. I need everyone to put your hands up in the air. And give me a slow clap. Here we go.
think this is a really bad idea. Oh! 21 feet, 5 3/4. You're almost there, sir. Yeah. I'm so nervous. Oh, now? Okay, all right. What do you want first? The ball, okay. The dagger? Yes, because you're near me and you're going to fall and stab me with that thing? No. That is dangerous, you're right. Heinz, 5, 3. Always the dangerous part of this show, right here, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Let's hear that clap, ladies. I can't hear you. That was pretty good. Every year I think he's going to stab me. This year though, maybe next year. It is the Wilder Show, ladies and gentlemen, right here, the Wilder Show. I bet he's on the internet, I'm just that gang guesser. With hair like that, who doesn't want to see that guy? All right, it's time to get down to our top 50 jumps. The teams are ready. They're over here, they're over there. You're right there. I'm gonna give the microphone to my friend Tim Bird. He's gonna take it through the final 50 jumps. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause.
All right, good afternoon. Okay, my name is Tim Bird, and I'm gonna go ahead and first off, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of how this works up here. This pad in the center right here is 8 inches. When they place the frog, all 4 feet have to be off on the pad, including the toes and toenails. Once it's a clean set, that frog will start jumping. From the time their name is called, you'll see a clock up here. The time their name is called, they will have 1 minute to get that frog to jump 3 jumps. If it does not finish in 1 minute, it's a disqualification. There are some tape marks out here on the carpet. The first one is approximately 10 feet. The second one is approximately 15 feet. So if you see a frog that goes way out here over this, that's what we want to see here today. The record up here has been set in 1986 by Lee Judici. Rosie the Riveter, 21 feet, 5 3/4 of an inch. We're hoping we can break that today. We have such good weather out here. I'm going to, all of us you see up here are volunteers. We come in here from all over. We got people coming in from Nebraska to volunteer for the fair. I want to give a shout out to all the folks that are going to be helping here today or been working all week. On the main stage here we have our what we call our stickers. They will be responsible for sticking where that frog, once it leaves the pad, it's going to jump, or we're going to mark to the 3rd jump. That's where the tail lands, on the 3rd jump. The judges here, our stickmen, will be marking that. Over on the edge here, we have Greg Taylor. Next to him is his son, Jim Taylor. Dwayne Taylor. We have Dan Bunce. We have Jim Bunce. Donovan Hanamaka is in the back there. He's been kind of in charge of the folks up here on the stage. On our stick and tape up here, or tape stick person, will be Steve Ellison and Dan Barker. In the background, where all the recording takes place, on our table back here, we have Kathleen Martins. We have Beth Wakehouse. She's one that comes from Nebraska for this every year. We have Ronnie Vella Johnson. On the timer is going to be Mary Kelly. And my other half, Janet Burt, on the table. Hopefully I did not miss anybody. Okay, the first thing we're going to start out with is we're going to start off with the winners of our sanctioned jump. These jumps are held all over the valley. Now the wind's not helping. They're held several weeks before the fair starts, and they make rounds around the valley. One of them is the state capitol jump. And it's all in promoting the fair and the goodwill. The sanctioned jumps returned to full swing this year after the COVID issues. I'm sorry, the wind is kind of flipping my pages on me. Our first sanctioned jump was held on May 11th, and the winner of that jump was Senator Andreas Borges, and his frog jumped 12 feet, 6 inches, and the name of the frog was Sir Leapsalot. And he is not here today, so we will have one of our princesses jumping for him. Or is this Miss Calaveras? Oh, this is Miss Calaveras. Miss Calaveras 2022. Frog was off the pad. She's going to reset it. You can reset the frog. All 4 feet were not on the pad, so she's going to reset it. Just don't touch it. Just don't touch it. Yell, scream, dance. Seven inches on that frog. 7 inches. Again, it's not how far out they go. It's that third jump. And sometimes that happens. We've had negative jumps in the past. Okay, the next jump, this is in I guess, conjunction with the state capitol. During that period, they did a media jump, and the media competition was held the same day. And the winner of that was a Joe Michaels of KFBK Radio. He qualified with a frog named Christopher Ribbit, and it jumped 6 feet 10 inches. And I do not believe he is here today. So are we going to have looks like we got Miss Calaveras' first princess will be jumping the frog. They told her she was going to handle the frog today, but she was probably hoping she wasn't going to have to. Yep.
Is that okay, you guys? Is that your way?
Chase it now, chase it, chase it. There's 3, Jeff. Ten foot, 1 inch, 10 and 1. Okay, I believe she is jumping for Nicholas Rogowski. They qualified with a jump of 12 feet, 9 inches. Six foot 4 3/4 on that last jump. 6 4 3/4. Okay, next up we have another princess jumping for us. Looks like we were going to have a princess fill in, but Nicholas is actually here today. He qualified at 12 feet 7 inches. All right, Nicholas, see if you can do it again. Oh, come on, frog. Come on, frog. 5 foot 8 inches on that last one, 5'8". The next one we got is the Copperopolis Business Association sponsored a frog jump in Copperopolis Town Square on May 15th. The winner was Nixon Adams. His frog, Ninja, jumped 13 feet and 10 inches. This is actually Nixon right here. Here's up. Come on, big guy, jump that frog. Got that frog set real nice. You can touch it as long as it's on the pad. Once it leaves, you can't touch it. Oh. Good try, Nicholas. Nixon, I'm sorry. Good job, Nixon. Nine, 1 foot 9 1/4. 1 foot 9 1/4 inches. Our final sanctioned jump was at the Calaveras County Government Center on May 17th, where initially Assessor Adrian Paris, associate of this assayer's office, won, but he cannot be here today. We have a Jason Davis filling in for him. They qualified with 12 feet 5 inches with her frog, The Last Hurrah. Chase it now, chase it. There you go, chase after it. Nine feet 6 1/2 inches. 9 feet 6 1/2 inches. Okay. That was it for our sanction jump. I just want to give a big shout out to the frog teams that come back every year. Most of those you see over here are off to the left and right of the stage. Some of these teams been coming down here for 50, 60 years. Okay, this was not on my official piece of paper, so I guess there is actually was a kids jump held here, and to get the kids jump in, we have from the Foothill Froggers. With his frog Rex, he qualified at 10 feet 8 inches. We have Justice. He won the kids jump here yesterday. Come on, buddy, there we go. Takes off.
Le bajó uno con esas. Con esas.
6 feet, 6 3/4 inches. 6 3/4. Okay, now we're going to get down into the top 50. Now there may be a few extras because of ties, but this starts from the lowest qualifier and works up to the highest qualifier. Our cutoff mark this year looks like it was 15 feet, 10 3/4 of an inch. So it only goes up from there. Hopefully they can duplicate what they did over the last 4 days. Our first jumper from the Judici Gazulis Makatsi team. With his frog, Wild Willie, we have Logan Bush, qualified at 10 feet, correction, 15 feet, 10 inches with a 3/4. That's the way you want to start this out. 16 feet, 7 inches. Our next competitor from the Jassic Frog Squad, qualified with a frog named Wingnut. We have Greg Jassic, qualified at 15 feet, 11.5 inches. Going to be out there close to that 15-foot mark. We will get an official's mark here. "14 feet, 10 3/4 of an inch. 14, 10 3/4.
You were asking me, and I said, sure.
Up next, we have from the Judici Gazulis Matatsu team. We have Christy Bush with great pair of legs, qualified at 15, 11.5. Good set on the frog. You just never know what these frogs are going to do. And this is the exact frog she qualified with. Come on, frog, do your thing. Come on, frog. Good set. That frog kind of turned on her. She got it straightened out at the last. 15 feet, 2.5 inches. 15, 2.5. All right, up next from the Foothill Froggers, qualified with a frog named Critter. At 16 feet with a 1/4 inch, we have Fox Kitchell. Fox has actually been doing this before he was born. His mom was pregnant, I believe, the year she won this, about 7 or 8 years ago. Literally all of his life plus some. And the second, third hop were really nice. "10 foot, 10 inches, 10 and 10. All right, up next from the Foothill Froggers, this is actually his mom who won this a few years back with her frog Wyatt Earp. This is Morgan Kitchell, Fox's mother. She qualified at 16 foot with a 1/2 inch. Unfortunately, it started turning right on her and it just kept going. "8 feet, 1.5 inches, 8, 1.5. Okay, up next, from the Hillbilly Froggers, with his frog named Clausen's Cruiser, qualifying at 16 feet with a 1/2 inch, we have Mike Nash. Getting down there, gonna set that frog. Off the pad, he's resetting it, was off on the left rear corner. "16 feet, 2 inches, 16 and 2. Up next from the Gustine Frog team, qualifying at 16-1 with his frog, Moose the Third, we have Spencer Hall. All right, Spencer's going to set that frog, all 4 feet on the pad.
Let's go, Spencer!
All right, he's going to set that frog. Looks good. He almost hit that frog. He was able to hold it back just at the last moment. "14 feet, 7.5 inches. 14, 7.5. Up next from the Calaveras Frog Jockeys, qualifying at 16, 2.5 with Pawn Star, we have Michael Zilke Jr. Set. Those first two were really nice racing, and it just kind of died out on that last hop. We'll get a mark here. 16 feet 8 inches. 16 and 8. Up next from the Frog Brigade, qualifying at 6'2 1/4 with his frog Fred, we have Aiden Cole. All right, Aiden's gonna set that frog. Looks good. Fifteen feet 3.5 inches. Up next from the Justine Frog team, qualifying at 16 feet 2.5 inches with his frog Algina bobina. We have Abel Garcia. All right, Abel's going to set that frog. Good set.
Yes.
14 feet 8.5 inches. 14 8.5. Up next, from the West Coast Hoppers, qualifying at 16 2.5 with his frog Singapore, Chad Jassic. Good, decent frog. $16.2 on that. 16. That's a pretty consistent frog right there. Up next for the Calaveras Frog Jockeys, qualifying at 16 2.5 with her frog Amelia's winner. We have Kylie Bidnost. Set that frog. Come on, frog, wake up. Frog laid down on her immediately, so got to get that frog to perk up a little bit. Come on, frog. She's going to dip it in some water, try to wake it up a little bit. Come on, frog. I think he forgot how to jump. Come on, frog. Sometimes you just never know what they're going to do. Come on, frog. Move on. You got it in just under the whistle. You just never know what they're going to do. 7 feet 10.25 inches. 7 10.25. Up next from the Calaveras Frog Jockeys, Team Heinz, qualifying at 16 4 1/4 With her frog, Lily Pad, we have Bria Heinz. Last year's winner right here. Now it decides to take off. Eight foot 10 and 3/4. Now, just as a tidbit out here, our youngest competitors are around 6. Our oldest is around 86. So we have an 80-year spread of jumpers out here today.
Right here.
Up next from the Foothill Froggers, qualifying at 6 foot 6 inches with his frog, Joey Ramone, we have Jack D. Smith. $15 feet with a ½ inch. 15 with a half. All right, up next from the West Coast Hoppers, qualifying at 16 feet 6 inches. With his frog, Caesar, we have Ron Jassic. Gonna set that frog, looks good. Unfortunately, he pulled back for a second, and before Ron could get his feet under him, the frog took off on him. $12 feet, 10.5 inches, 12, 10.5. Up next from the Hillbilly Froggers, Heinz division, qualifying at 16, 6 1/4. We have, with their frog Spring, we have Sean Anderson. Two, come on, frog. Oh, there's three. .12'5" on that. 12 foot 5 inches. Up next from the Gustine Frog Team, Fasano division, qualifying at 16 feet 7 1/4 inches with Gene the jumping machine. We have Bob Fasano. There's two. Takes off. Bob has been doing this all his life. All the years of experience don't mean anything if the frog doesn't want to cooperate. 8 feet 10 3/4 of an inch. Up next from the Calaveras Frog Jockeys, qualifying at 16 feet 7.5 inches with his frog Buster, we have Wyatt Kitchell. That frog started turning left on him and it shortened his jump. "13 feet 6.5 inches. Up next from the Jumping Frog team, Fasano division, with qualifying at 16.8. With Green-Eyed Lady, we have Lisa Fasano. Come on, frog. All you gotta do is jump. "8 feet 7.25 inches. 8, 7.25. All right, up next from the Jumping Frog team, qualifying at 16.8 with a 1/4 inch. With her frog, Love Frog, we have Nicole Moncrief. Good, set that frog. Looks good. Out there. "17 foot with 3/4 of an inch. 17 with 3/4 of an inch. Up next from the Foothill Froggers 2, qualifying at 16.8.5 with his frog Franklin with Ryan Sanders. Ah, 11 feet 4 3/4 of an inch. All right, this is one of them I think we need to get a little bit of a catch, a clap out, a yell out. This lady is 84 years old. We've been coming out here. There's no shame in being that old. You look how well this lady moves out here. And think about it. Great-grandmother jumping out here, frogs, showing these young kids how to do it year after year. They've been coming out here for over 60 years. We have from the Jumping Frog team, with her frog, Ed Hopper, qualifying at 16 feet 9 inches, we have Lillian Fasano. whippersnappers how to do it. 17-foot half inch. 17 foot with a half inch. Up next from the West Coast Hoppers. Qualifying at 16:10 with his frog, Not the Brave, we have Dan Fisher. Jockey that frog. 17 feet with a 3/4 of an inch. 17 3/4. Up next from the Gustine Frog Team, Fasano Division, with a qualification of 16:10 and a half. With her frog Jumping Juice, we have Amanda Fasano. Stay on that frog, stay on that frog. "16 feet, 10 inches, 16 and 10. Up next from the Gustine Frog Team, qualifying at 16 feet 11 inches with her frog Bella, we have Elena Borelli. She gave it her best. She just now that frog decides to take off. "7 foot 1 inch, 7 and 1. Up next from the Gustine Frog Team, Fasano Division, qualifying at 16:11 with a half inch. With his frog, Rocket Frog, we have Justin Fasano. Good set, good first. It's out there, but 16 feet, 10 and 3/4 of an inch. 16, 10 and 3/4. All right, up next from the Gustine Frog Team, Fasano Division, qualifying at 16:11 with 3/4, Talia Cassoni, Ciccone. With her frog a doodle doo. Not what she wanted. We'll take a measurement here though. Yeah. 8 foot 6 and 1/4 inches. 8 foot 6 and 1/4. Up next from the Jumping Frog team, qualifying at 17 feet with a quarter inch. With his frog hop along, we have Jack Lane. "14 feet, 9.5 inches, 14, 9.5. All right, up next we have from the Jumping Frog team, qualifying at 17 feet with a half inch, we have Rager Shaheen with Slow and Steady. That frog has to jump off the pad, and it actually just kind of walked off. He's still on the clock, but he can reset that frog. It has to hop off the pad. Off the pad. Pulled him off the pad again. He was off in the back. Sometimes these big frogs, they're hard to get them completely on the pad. It's got to be fair whether they're 4 inches or 9. They have to all fit on the pad. 9 foot 7 inches on that. 9 and 7. All right, up next from the Jumping Frog team, qualifying at 17 foot 1 inch with her frog, Hop Hogan. We have a, correction, wrong name. We have qualifying with Austin's girl, Melanie Garcia. Come on, frog. Come on, 14 feet, 9.5 inches, 14, 9.5. Up next from the Judici Gazulis Matatsi team, qualifying at 17 feet 1 inch with her frog, Hop Hogan, we have Alex Gazulis. "15 feet, 3 1/4 inches. 15 feet, 3 1/4 inches. All right, up next from the Hillbilly Froggers, Nash, with qualifying at 17.2.5. With his frog Nitro, we have Mark Kyle.
How are you kids today? Good. Good.
It's going to be a disqualification on that. He touched it after it left the pad. Next up from the Hillbilly Froggers, Nash, we have qualifying at 17.3. With her frog Pickle, we have Rachel Nash. $15 feet, 1/2 inch. 15 with 1/2 inch.
They're not really jumping today so far.
It's too hot out.
Yeah. I don't know.
Up next from the Gustine Frog.
We've had hotter days.
Qualifying at 17 feet, 3.5 inches with Old Papa. We have Nolan Moncrief.
Yeah.
He knows what this is all about. We're getting a consensus of the judges here. There's our leader right there.
Yeah.
These old guys can do it, they won't pop a frog. Up next, well, we gotta wait till some teams coming up. We should have a Gustine Frog team up here. Give them a moment to get their team up here. This is Frank Morelli with the Gustine Frog team, qualified at 17.4.5 with long legs. He's going to take a deep view on that frog. Now, before this next one steps up, since I did this a couple minutes ago, that lady that we talked about that was 84 years old, this is her sister who's 86 years old. A pair of sisters and married cousins, and that's why we have the Borellis and the Fasanos here, generation after generation after generation. Lily Isabel Borelli, Pops is Pops. Yeah. 14 feet, 1.5 inches. Up next from the Gustine Frog team, the Sano division, qualifying at 17.7 With Lucky Leafer, we have Alma Fasano. 16 feet, 1 inch on that last jump. 16 and 1. Up next from the Jumping Frog team, qualifying at 17 feet, 7.5 inches. We have Joseph Fasano with his twin brother. Feet, 10 3/4 inches. 15, 10 3/4. Up next from the Jumping Frog team, qualifying at 17 feet, 8 inches. With frog mule 1, with Gabi Fasano. Foot 2 inches, 16 and 2. Okay, we're about ready to bring it home now. This is going to be your final 10 competitors. The mark to beat is 19 foot with a 1/4 inch. So let's see if these people can back up what they did during the week. Qualifying in the 40th position from the Judici Gazulis Batazzi team. At 17 feet, 8 3/4 inch. Madison Bush with her frog, Papa B. Feet, 3.5 inches. 13, 3.5. All right. We have another one out here, a shout out. Mr. Gazulis is 85 years old. We have Bill Gazulis with Jumping Jack Flash. Come on, Frog! He's gonna take a DQ. This man's been doing this over 60 years. He's been doing this. So you're never too young and you're never too old to be jumping frogs out here with us. All right, up next from the Hillbilly Froggers, qualifying at 18 even with her frog Carl, we have Sandy Hegel.
Yeah, go Sandy! Talking to her frog.
All right, she's getting that frog ready. You're going to set it. touch it, don't touch it.
Oh, there we go. Now we start passing.
.4, 9 3/4 of an inch. 4, 9 3/4.
Why did she decide to do it this year? Is this something she's always wanted to do?
Up next from the Calaveras Frog Jockeys, Team Zilke, qualified in 18.4 with triple hop. We have Mike Zilke. Well, that frog took off before Mike was quite ready, but it looks good. .16 feet, 10 3/4 of an inch. Up next from the Jumping Frog team, qualifying with an 18.4 1/4. With Mr. Borelli, we have Austin Borelli.
Well, I haven't seen this name, so he may have. She probably just beat him.
I can see that.
Oh, you'll see. We saw the little boy.
16 foot even, 16 even. Okay, coming up next, qualifying, we have Jumping Frog Team Fasano Division, qualified at 18.7 3/4 with Fosbury Flop. We have Frank Fasano. Judge had called it off the pad. It was off just a little bit on the front left. Resetting that frog, getting a little bit of water on it, trying to perk it up. Frog was off the pad. Gonna reset, it was off on the back left. Here we got a good set. Unfortunately, that frog pretty much jumped itself out. We will get the mark on it. Yeah. 11 foot, 5 inches. 11 with 5. Up next from the Foothill Froggers with a qualification of 18.9. We have with his frog Dr. Peeper, Riley Kitchell. Riley won this here a few years back. So he knows how to jump a frog. There we go, good looking. Good jump, but is it enough? Still right. 16 feet, 7.5 inches. 16, 7.5. We got a little bit of debris on the on the carpet here from our last jumper. So we're going to clean it up a little bit to make it fair for everyone. So we're going to just brush this out as soon as we can grab a broom.
What kind of breed do you get from frogs? Water? Ross? I don't know. Do they? Well, they probably do.
Does not lose traction on some debris on the carpet, so we're going to just get that cleaned up a little bit. All right, looks like we're good to go. Up next from the Jumping Frog team, Fasano division, qualifying at 19.2 inches. With her frog, Clay Hobson, we have Lucy Fasano. Didn't get really going until the second and third hop. Get us a mark from the judges. 12 foot 8.5 inches. 12, 8.5. Up next from the Hillbilly Froggers team, Heinz. Qualifying at 19.2 with 3/4 inch. With his frog, Underoos, we have Cody Anderson.
Yeah. And even now, my nephew.
All right, Cody set that frog.
They're flipping it.
Man, those first two were about 12 inches and then it finally took off. But we only count the first three, so. 8 foot 3.25 inches.
I don't know, it's looking good. Yeah.
Back to the old days.
Yeah, that's good. Everybody's smiling, happy. It's all good.
Up next from the Calaveras Frog Jockeys, we have from Team Heinz, qualifying at 19.7.5. With his frog Soggy Peso, we have Lane Heinz.
I think it went well. Yeah.
That's a good one. Let's see what we got.
And now auction prices are cheaper than the grocery store, right?
Right.
So true. Yeah.
I know there was one steer that was for private sale, so we took a picture of the number. Like, we might just get that. We could negotiate.
17 feet 9.25 inches. Okay, this last competitor is going to be our top qualifier of the jump. She is qualified at 20 feet. This is a shout out to this young lady. She is a 3-time cancer survivor. So everybody give this young lady a hand. This is the Calaveras Frog Jockeys, Team Zilke, qualifying at 20 even. If I did it to the old ones, I got to do it to the young ones too. Embarrassing. We have Brianna Zilke Jr with her frog, Skipper. All right, here we go. 6 1/4 inches. the judges are going to do their tallying here in a second, but I believe that 19 with a quarter inch is going to be our winner. But until I get the officially in my hand, and then we will announce our top placers here. Hopefully you have time to stick around. If not, please enjoy the fair. Hopefully you can come back again next year and watch us. Enjoy the destruction derby tonight. And once we get our folks up here, we will get all the trophies handed out. 5 years old. 5 years old. You know, we got people out here with 60 plus years of experience, up to 86. Sometimes that little sneaker comes in here and wins it all.
Skills in the selection. Oh, there he is, the winner. He's as tall as a This throne up here is in recognition of the winner. So once the winner gets up here, we get them their trophy, etc. We'll be right here, ready for photographs. We have an announcement here to make. We have several vehicles that are double parked and will have to be moved. The first one is a silver Camry with California license 6HGS 665. It's in the strip lot. It will need to be moved. So if you have a silver Camry, it will need to be removed. We have a second vehicle. It is a Hyundai Sonata. Looks like it's blue in color, and it has a California license of 7HBG758. It's also in the strip area. It will need to be removed. We have another vehicle. It looks like it's a Chrysler PT Cruiser. Looks like it's kind of a blue. California license 4VUF223. Again, it will need to be removed. Thank you very much, but those vehicles will need to be removed before we have to have them moved out of the way. So if we have a silver Toyota, a blue Hyundai, or a blue PT Cruiser, it will need to be moved.
Quarter, and he's 5 years old.
I was over there like, oh my God, we broke it.
No, it's just a precious. That one was, you know, he's the winner.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I almost missed filming it.
You should have pulled your trailer back there.
Yeah. There was a wreck earlier that didn't help it. There was a wreck where a vehicle versus a golf cart with a family. So traffic, it never recovered after that.
We had time to pull over the creek and grab a soda.
Yeah.
We only got 2 cars from where we were, pulled back in.
We got our tag.
You're over
And I said, if you're over 80, you have to show your ID. She said, that's fine.
Here he comes.
Hey, John, do you know who donates the logs?
John, do you know who donates the vlogs?
I didn't know this year, but I know SPI does most years.
Yeah, it looks like they came from our fair.
Yeah, so it's probably that. It's probably from the Caldor. Yeah.
Caldor, yeah.
What? Over the hill. Because I know they've gotten most of them down.
Yep. There we go. Here comes the winner. There we go.
Woo! Messing up our photo op, aren't they?
I know, it's like,
Everybody out of the way!
What's with the big frog anyway? Can you move the frog?
Come on, Frog, get in.
Hey, Frog, get out of the way!
Come on, big Frog, get in.
What's that girl in the yellow?
I don't know. Back and forth. Oh, there we
Now we'll have more people standing around. Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. What about the people in the audience? We want to get
They're a little delayed this year, I have to admit. It's not usually good to see it.
Like, he needs to be presented the winner of the 2022
Yeah.
Calaveras County Fair.
They got to hand out the checks.
exactly.
Right?
Come on.
Yeah, they hand out checks. I mean, the check.
vamos con el Yeti, perritos.
See ya.
All right, we're going to hand out the awards here. Finishing up in 8th place with a distance of 16 feet, 10.5 inches. Actually, 16:10. We have Amanda Fasano. Now tying for 6th place with a distance of 16:10 3/4, we have Mike Zilke. And Justin Fasano. It was a tie there, so again, 16:10 3/4. This will be our 5th place, qualified, or actually finished with a 17.5 inch, Lillian Fasano. Our 84-year-old, the young sister. And then we have a tie for 3rd place with a 17 foot 3/4. Yeah, no, that's good. 17 foot with 3/4 of an inch. We have Nicole Moncrief. And we also have Dan Fisher, 17 foot with 3/4 of an inch. In 2nd place with a distance of 17 feet, 9.25 inches, we have Lane Heinz. All right. Qualifying, or actually finishing at 19 foot with a 1/4 inch, we have 5-year-old Nolan Moncrief. This year's winner of the Calaveras County Fair and Jumping Frog Jubilee. He gets a trophy to take home, and his name will go on the perpetual trophy. This is a great-grandson of Isabel earlier, the 86-year-old we talked about. So this is a great-grandson. And he's just barely taller than the trophy.
They will.
We need to give that to Mom.